What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Code with Annie. Thank you guys for so much support that you have been showering me, and I can see the increasing subscriber count, and I feel I'm trying to do a good job here. At least I feel so. But if you feel that there is something more can be done, please do write your opinions in the comment section. I'll take a look at that. Hit the like button if you're liking the videos. Share it with your friends who want to learn Java. And this is just my humble request. I want these videos to reach a lot of people who want to learn a new programming language. It might be a little difficult in the beginning, but as you go with it, you'll find it easier. And you'll once you start understanding programming, that's going to be a different world altogether. So this is my request to you all. Please do subscribe to this channel. Please share this to as many people you think will be needing this as possible. Because I'm going to be putting out a lot more videos than this. This is just the beginning for me, and I just wanted to test the waters first. And Java is a language that I've been acquainted with for more than 8 years. So that's where I started off. But I will be diversifying to other languages, other frameworks, and a lot more to come. So stay tuned with Code with Annie. So, intro part aside, this is a continuation of the last video of inheritance, where I had spoken about the diamond problem and how inheritance actually works in classes. So, in this video, I'm going to elaborate a little bit more on that along with access modifiers. I've already put out a shorts around access modifiers, and I'll leave a link to that in the description of this video. You can check that out. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to explain in more elaborate fashion. There are three access modifiers in Java: private, public, and protected. Private access modifiers are generally used on variables within a class, and this is to bind the variable's scope within the class and not let anyone else outside the class, any other class like customer or bank employee, access something that is there within the employee class, which is the name variable. So if I do want to access this, I will use a method which will have a public access modifier to it. Let's say there is a method getName, and it can have the public access modifier through which I can get the name value. Through the constructor, I set the name here, and through this protected method, I have getEmployeeName. Now, why do I have this protected access modifier when I can just classify into private and public? The reason why there is a protected modifier is because when you want to restrict the scope of access within a particular package, you'll use a protected modifier. Let me explain to you in a little more elaborate fashion. Let's say I have another class here, which is employee management. Okay. Now, employee management will help me create an employee object here. Let's say employee space tech employee is equal to new tech employee. And I pass a name, let's say Raj. Okay. Now let me have a public method here. String get emp name or employee name. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say employee or tech employee dot get employee name. The moment I do this, you can see that I can access the tech employee dot get employee name. You can see that I can access this get employee name, which is a protected method, which means protected methods are accessible by the subclasses, which in this case is tech employee. Tech employee extends employee, and any protected method defined within employee class will be accessible by both tech employee and non-tech employee because they extend employee or inherit the properties of employee. So two things you can keep in mind about protected. So they work only if all the classes that you are trying to access lie within the same package, which is inheritance in this case. And the place from where you're trying, the object from which you're trying to access this get employee name must belong to one of the subclasses which extend the main class, which is employee in this case, and the subclasses are tech and non-tech employees. Now I'll show you what happens when you try to access the same thing from outside. Let's say you try to access the same thing from the main method here. I'll do the same thing. I'll say employee space tech employee is equal to new tech employee, and I'll just say Ravi. Now I'll say tech employee dot, and as you can see, I do not even have the access to that method I just had a couple of seconds ago. Now this is the reason why it's called as package protected, which means if this main class were to lie within the package of inheritance, I should be able to see this method just like I saw it in employee management. Now that is the scope of protected, and that's the reason why protected is in place in order to restrict the access within a scoped package. Public will allow you to access from anywhere across within this Java folder, and private will restrict the access only within a particular class. So now that you know a little bit about these access modifiers in detail, inheritance basically allows you to make use of all these three access modifiers and be able to get the inherited properties into subclasses. So now we have employee, tech employee, and non-tech employee, three classes, two of them extending employee, and there's an employee management class which is managing this whole thing. Now what I can do here is I can say private employee space employee tech employee is equal to new tech employee, and it is saying make tech employee final. So let's do that as well. Now what I'm basically trying to do here is I have encapsulated the access to employee object within employee management. Now someone who wants to get the name of the employee can say employee management object, employee management plus EMP management is equal to new employee management, which I'll do it from Java main class, and I'll show you that. Say there is employee management. There's EMP management equal to new employee management. Okay, I can say employee management dot get employee name. So even though this particular method is package protected, this is publicly available. And this is what we are using in this case. So this is how even after defining a protected method, you can still access it from outside by doing an encapsulation of the same thing through another object or another class. So this is it for this video. If hope you liked it, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, do subscribe, share with your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next video.